Hey guys, I know I haven't really said much recently, and the real reason for that is because I'm basically pissed the fuck off with our government system, our legal system, the police, just literally just upset at the world, upset at everyone. Like, I'm so fucking angry. Like, I don't know what to do. And I'm angry at myself, like, as well, on top of, like, being mad at everyone else. Like, sometimes I just feel really fucking overwhelmed because I want to do so much to help, and then I just feel like I can't do anything or say anything right, and then it just goes into this black fucking hole. But this is why I'm so fucking passionate about personal development. And this is why everyone should be fucking passionate about personal development, especially the legal system and the police, who are literally in control of destroying other people's lives, killing other people. And guess what? They do not give a fuck about personal development and their own self-biases. It does not serve them to seriously study themselves and ask themselves, oh, am I being biased in this situation or not? They think that their programming, their schooling, their everything has taught them how to not be self-biased. Fuck no. Like, why aren't you questioning your fucking schooling? Why are you just trusting that you're learning the right things on how to be a good cop? Because clearly the system is fucked up. If you don't think that, do your fucking research, be a fucking skeptic, question everything, question everyone. Like, what the fuck? Psychology tells us the mind is notorious for wanting to be right. Like, don't just believe what I'm saying here. Like, do your own fucking research. And there's tons of research out there that shows everyone is self-biased, including judges and lawyers and philosophers and scientists and policemen. And, you know, every person presents arguments in favor of their own position and against other positions which are not its own. So, do you see how this can be a problem when we are trying to discover the truth? Nobody gives a fuck about the truth because they are just trying to fucking survive. Seriously studying themselves and looking at their own self-biases, they don't see the value in it, because guess what? They could look at the system and then start questioning everything and then be like, oh fuck, maybe I shouldn't have become a cop, or maybe my whole career, my whole life has been a fucking lie. So this is why they don't see the value in studying themselves and looking at their own self-biases. No one seriously acknowledges their own self-biases. All intellectual pursuits have this problem. I don't see anyone really talking about this problem. I don't see any simple solutions to this problem either. Whatever the truth is, even if it contradicts everything that I believe, even if it's ugly, I would rather have that than a bunch of fucking lies. And the biggest obstacle to truth requires impartiality and objectivity. So how do you be impartial? It's not nearly as easy as people assume. The problem goes deep. It's very tricky. Who is going to judge whether you're being objective or not? It's not enough just to tell yourself that you're being objective or impartial, because of course you're the judge, you're the jury, and you're the one on trial. People don't really question the very foundation of their worldview because it's just taken for granted. It's not even realized that it could be a problem. For example, you ask a policeman, how do you know you're not being biased? How do you know that what you're learning is true? How do you trust in who is teaching you how not to be biased? The policeman will give you this entire fucking speech about the history of police, policing and associations and academies, all the programs that are in place and how good the academy does at teaching how to not be biased, the police program method, and how it's all been much better than all the alternatives like unarmed mediation and intervention teams or community patrols or maybe just like a better mental health care system. So the policemen and the justice system in general has not done a genuine and serious inquiry of whether or not they are being self-biased. So what is self-bias exactly? It is an irrational favoring of one's own worldview. Self-bias is why our legal system has conflict of interest. Why would we care about being self-biased so much? What's the big fucking deal? The big fucking deal is that we care about having an accurate perception of reality. We care about the truth. How do you get to the truth when you're always looking at it from the lens of yourself? It's tricky. It's not enough just to see yourself being biased. You also have to relinquish your biases. Are you willing to do that? To actually get a clear picture of reality? Most people aren't. How can you see reality clearly if you're preoccupied with survival? When your survival is at play, it's so easy for your mind to play tricks on you. We are pursuing the truth at potentially great costs to ourselves. Where do you start? How do you begin to unravel your self-biases? Where do you start? You start with just research. Sit down. Block out some hours of time. Get a journal. Do an assessment of your self-biases. What's holding you back? What are your biggest fears? What do you want out of your life? What have you tried that hasn't worked? What have you tried that has worked? Deeply think about this. Then start making a plan on how to get what you really want. Do this seriously, like it's the most important activity of your life. Keep returning to your plan on relinquishing your self-biases daily. Don't expect any one person to tell you how to do this. There are so many techniques out there to help you relinquish your self-biases, and only you know which ones are going to work best for you. Focus on consistency rather than quantity of results. This is a long-term investment. You need to build the foundation of a skyscraper before you can reach the full heights. This is what your life is about. Your life is about literally love. You're here to show the fucking universe what you got and how much you can love and put yourself aside to serve humanity and others. The biggest danger is now that you forget this path and you forget love. And so try not to fall back into your old routine. Don't stop making changes. Please. Thank you.